Hello again, everybody. I am here. It is actually Saturday night where I am, and I have a lot of family over at the house this weekend. My daughter, my youngest daughter, turned 1 year old last week, and so all the family's up this week, and we're celebrating her birthday, and it's just been a wonderful time. So I'm recording this a little bit early, and I'm going to make it a little bit quicker than normal, just so that we can, or try to anyway, so that we can, so I can get back to the festivities. But I want to run through a couple of things with you. First thing is pound dollar. We've been watching this for a long time. We've been talking about the zone just to reorientate you. And for those of you who are brand new, we were looking for a potential reversal inside of kind of the blue area here, the blue rectangle. I'm looking at this on a daily chart. So this was a higher time frame chart. And basically what we were looking at is, if I consolidate this chart up, we saw that the structure level was broken. The market pressed down. We rallied back up. We looked for that structure level again for it to provide resistance, and we had a 382 retracement in there. All of that keyed us in that this was going to be a key area to look for what is essentially a trend continuation trade. We also had an ABCD pattern in here, all of that pointing in the right direction. As I go down to the 4-hour chart, you're going to see that that market has pressed down significantly. We had a nice little rally. Market made an attempt late in the week last week to rally back up, but it was defeated at previous structure. So now the market has rolled back over. We're retesting previous structure support, and we'll see if we can violate that and we can get going the right direction. Now the question becomes, where should our targets be? I go swing low to swing high on my Fibonacci retracement, and I'm going to bring in the 50% retracement. Now, in the private client group this week, we discussed this trade extensively. I'm not going to do that with you all today because, number one, I don't have time in the video. We don't have but a couple of minutes here. And number two, that's some of that stuff I do reserve for the private client group. But basically, we were looking for a zone somewhere between here and roughly here. And this 50% retracement looked like a pretty doggone good area. If we have a potential reversal or a potential target zone here, a profit-taking zone, this 50% retracement just looked like a nice kind of split the difference area around 5120s, 15120s. So as this market presses down, I want you guys to be watching this 5120s area as a potential area to take some profits off. Now, you can certainly let your profits run here. You don't have to take profits off here, but certainly we're going to want to tighten stops to at least break even at that point if the market can get down here. Beyond that zone, we're next going to be looking for potential targets around 148.86, and there is, if I go back out to the daily chart here, there is another target zone here that's significantly lower. I'm going to go ahead and collapse the chart up here, and you're going to see that second target, 142.68. So we're looking at potentially 48.60s for a target, and then again shedding again at around 42.65. So we're going to be scaling out of this position as the market moves further and further in our favor. So that is the pound trade. It looks like everything is going well right now. Again, you never know what's going to happen on any given Sunday, so to speak, but we definitely want to be prepared for that. I want to roll over to the. Now, you know what? I was going to talk about the Aussie trade. We talked about the Aussie back out on the 4-hour chart here. We talked about. Hang on, I'm going to drink. Last week I talked about a potential buy here, and the market rallied just ever so slightly into the open and then reversed on a dime, and if you'd have taken that trade, you would have been stopped out. What most people didn't do, and what we spent almost the entire hour on, or at least the first half hour in the private client group this week, was looking for that second reversal. So, yeah, we got busted out on this trade. If you got long here, you were taken out on your stops. The market then rolled. We broke structure again, and then we come back and we basically do the exact same play to the downside. And in this case, that trade paid out. Very, very nice trading opportunity there to the downside. So we discussed a lot about sticking with your methodology, sticking with the trade, and sticking with your plan. And then we talked a lot about entry rules in the private client group this week. Again, I don't have time to talk with you all about that, but I just wanted to show you that, yes, had a losing trade, which we do have losing trades here from time to time. But again, had a chance to make that money back had you been aware of what was happening and had you knew your rules, and if you were fixed in your rules and you knew what your plan was, you could have very easily jumped right back on that trend and rode that wave now and have seen a nice profit into it. So don't get basically the moral of that story is don't get discouraged if you have a losing trade. Just continue to trade. Let's go Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie here was the one that I showed in the email I sent you guys today. We have a Gartley pattern here that's set up. Actually, this is a bat pattern. And the market has run up into the 886. It's pulled off of there, and then we just rallied back up, giving us a double top here. We have an initial top here, followed by a secondary top. And if you look down at the bottom of your screen, you're going to see that the market is putting in bearish divergence as well. So a lot of setups here telling us that the market that this is poised to roll over. So where could we see it go? Oh, right in here at about 125.30s, and then again follow on targets to 124s is what we would look for. So very, very nice area here to look to get short. And then last but not least, Pound New Zealand. If I can get it to populate here. Internet's running a little bit slow. There it is. Got the cipher pattern setting up here. Market's been trading sideways here a little bit, but the only thing we need to have happen is this market needs to rally up into the 786 at 182.97s. If we do that, we're going to be sellers right here. So those are a couple of trades, a couple of things we've been watching, a couple of things that we're looking at into next week, and that's what I wanted to say, kind of bring you together to share with you this week. Now, before you leave, I want to tell you about something. This is the week, next week, what we've got is we've got the Liberator trading system that we're going to be showcasing to you guys. If you guys, hopefully, if you've been on this list for any length of time and you've been following me for any length of time, you have a degree of faith and trust in what I do and what we kind of put together here at Trade Empowered. And we very rarely do any type of system or strategy release. But we do have a mechanical trading strategy that we are going to allow you to access for free. We're actually going to give you the system, and we're going to work with you for 4 days on the trading system. And we're going to be teaching you not only the rules, but also the methodology behind it. We're going to be teaching you a lot about trading psychology and what we call rules of engagement, or ROE, which is basically how to follow your plan. And we typically run into a problem where the biggest issue that traders will say, they'll say one of two things to us. They'll say, look, I don't have a plan that produces a profit, and even if you gave me one, I don't think that I would have the discipline to follow it. I just don't trust myself enough to follow the rules, even if you give them to me. And so one of the things that we want to do over the next 4 days is not only give you a system that produces a profit, but also teach you how to use it and give you the confidence to trade that strategy. So it's a very, very big deal. This is not a little thing that we're doing. And if you have not registered for that, right underneath this video is a little registration link, and it says something to the effect of, click here to register for Liberator. And that'll take you right to the page, and you'll have all the information there that you'll need in order to get the system downloaded. But we start that on Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time. Again, all the stuff is on the link. Just click on the link underneath this video, and I will see you guys there. I will be there. Todd will be there. The whole team will be there to help support you and to make sure that you're getting 100% of the value out of the training. And it's totally free. Costs you nothing. It's something we do for you. So make sure that you plan time to attend. That's it for the day, guys. Until next time, good luck and good trading. My name's Jason. I'll talk to you soon.